Welcome to Sage Pass. I'm Michael Monahan, and this week my guest is local singer-songwriter Shane Cooley. Shane, you received a lot of acclaim for the King's Highway release, and then there was a 7-year gap between that and the album Forest. What happened there?
That's an excellent question. I was living in Austin, Texas at the time, and I made a couple records during that time that have still not been released. They didn't feel right. They were always, there was a lot of complexities in it, and also it just became a constant problem where studio time isn't cheap. And so I just wrote so many songs during that time period, but I was kind of backlogged because it felt like out of sync for me to not be releasing anything. And so there were lots of like kind of dead ends or near misses, or it was just kind of a weird time in my life too. And then I wound up, so my release after King's Highway was in early 2020, and it's called 50 Songs. It's only on my Bandcamp. And it's an anthology of like 50 songs that I wrote during that time. That the pandemic hit around that time. I was married at that time. I went through a divorce during the pandemic and wound up coming back here to Virginia. This home studio that I'm at is very near where my parents live, and is where I grew up. It's got a lot of real meaning to me, and I started just recording this stuff almost as therapy, just to kind of, I needed to be doing something, and I couldn't wait to just get, I wanted to originally go to a studio with this, and then my friend convinced me to stick with this. So recording Forest was this kind of breakthrough for me, because being able to self-produce unclogged the blockage, where like now I can like, because I'm a very prolific songwriter too, and so I'm always writing, but like being able to like pair that with creative output in the studio and being able to release stuff how I want it, when I want it. I play a little bit of everything, so I accompany myself. It makes things really simple, and the more I do it, the more confidence I get in it. And we have amazing technology these days.
Orchid, won't you bloom one more time? Showy lady slippers in the sunlight. Persephone, won't you please eat your pomegranate? So much has been taken for granted. Let me be your Hades, be your serpent. Let me be your angel of deliverance. Let me be your Hemingway, your Clark Gable. Let me be both willing and able. Orchid, orchid, won't you bloom once more? Once more for me, and once for yourself. Orchid, orchid in your house of green. What remains unseen along with me is yours. Orchid, orchid, won't you bloom once more?
I've also spent my life in studios looking over the shoulder of really great producers and engineers and just kind of absorbing more than I realized and learning about where to place the mic and like the what part of the room sounds best, and just little things that I've kind of picked up over the years. And but I love it. It's kind of recording my own music has pretty much just saved my art in a lot of ways because it's just made me for me to perpetuate it without having to, save up a bunch of money or whatever. And I mean, it even at the minimal, it still costs to put out songs so that people can stream them. But on the other side of that too, I'm starting to take on clients and record other people. So it's just been this whole new this whole new side of things that has really been helpful to me over these past couple of years.
Shane, how did you connect up with Fred Kevorkian? Because, man, he's a big hitter in the music industry for the records that he's worked on.
Oh man, yeah, he's the best of the best, Dr. Kevorkian, the wizard. Well, I started. I've been writing songs and recording them since I was 13 years old, and in my late teens, when I was still in high school, I started working with some producers that had worked with Jason Mraz and some heavy hitters back in the day, and always mastered through Fred. And then flash forward to when I was recording Forest, which was my first self-produced album that I really seriously delved into in my adult life. And I was playing the tracks for my friend kind of without the confidence in it, thinking they might just be demos or just something to as a reference. And my friend convinced me that I should continue working from home. And my friend is also a singer-songwriter and sends his stuff directly to Fred. And Fred works with everybody from Cyndi Lauper to he's got a Latin Grammy. He's incredible, but he also he has a real soft spot for independent artists, and he's great musical partner because now I just directly send him my mixes, and he's always very willing to call me and give me advice, and I've learned a lot from him over the past couple years.
I I've always known my evil ways. I've kept them all at bay, but they still crave their taste of glory. And I've been stuck out here for days, down here on Dozen Street, where every night's a different story. Under a black moon, under a black moon. How could you trust my pirate heart? Each century I've sailed is one that I have failed you, darling. You weren't supposed to see me like this. You weren't supposed to see me like this at all. But your eyes adjusted. It's all fun until you're busted. I've always known my evil ways. I've kept them all at bay, but they still crave their taste of glory. And I've been stuck out here for days, like some drunk journalist, my mind oblivious to the story. Under a black moon, under a black moon. I've always known my evil ways. I've always known my evil ways. Distant memory, darkest night. We're getting in another fight. I've made my lover's bed. For every tear there is a culprit.
You've almost put out enough singles over the past few months to make an entire new album. Do you see a new album being released anytime in the near future?
Absolutely. That's actually my immediate goal. I'm starting a year off kind of trying to make some sort of just reframing things. I've been doing this for 23 years and trying to figure out what things work and what things I don't have to keep putting myself through. but I'm prioritizing when I can to be working on a new album full length. And ideally, I'm kind of hoping for most of that to be new stuff, maybe even stuff I haven't written yet. I'm going to try to really prioritize some creative time over this next month. But I also have a huge log of stuff to choose from. So it's exciting because I feel like albums are, that's probably as far as my art form, that's something I feel most important. That's why when I had that period of time where I wasn't releasing anything, it really was hard on me. Cause I think, I don't want kids. I just want to put out albums. Basically, that's my legacy, whatever happens with them. And it's it's just like a novel or a film. I feel like for a musician, for a songwriter, that is releasing singles is a way to like keep things going, and I've really enjoyed doing that. That's given my past year a really nice momentum. But I want to hold off a little bit and record a full length because I think that still has a lot of resonance.
Come skate with me on a floating sea to a fireside dream. Let's get whimsical. The water's freezing. 'Tis the season after all. Come skate away with me to a wonderland. Let's make cozy plans. Let's get whimsical. Outside the snow is falling. The holiday spirit is calling. 'Tis the season after all. I'll make you hot cocoa in our snow globe. Picture perfect heavy dose of classic nostalgia. Our snow globe, picture perfect heavy dose of classic nostalgia. It'd be way less fun without you here at home, sweet home. I know you keep me warm. Let's get whimsical. Come skate away with me to a wonderland. Let's make cozy plans. Let's get whimsical. Let's get whimsical. I'll make you hot cocoa in our snow globe. Picture perfect heavy dose of classic nostalgia. Fun without you here at home, sweet home. I know you'll keep me warm.
I really enjoyed talking to Shane about his music, and if you get a chance, look up his releases on Apple Music or Spotify, because I think you'll find yourself easily liking a lot of his music. This episode of Stage Pass has been brought to you by the Jones Art Gallery. You can visit them online at jonesart.com, but even better, take time to visit the gallery in person. The Jones Art Gallery is located at 184 Central Park Avenue in the heart of the Virginia Beach Town Center. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you again next week for a new episode of Stage Pass.